Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Chicago offense set to get started. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shot of playoff football.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. The throw there finding its way to Boyle. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Second down at 4. Herbert throwing again. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Lawrence Guy able to get in there and drop him for a loss.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Connor. The big man, Tyson Alualu, there to make the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, Connor. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack. There's a lot of...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Michael Pittman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Oh, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it, but a nice play defensively, and now it brings up fourth down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. And again, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Back to throw here, Herbert. Funches has it complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before the break for Herbert. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics, he's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside play.
On first down, Connor going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Herbert. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. His throw incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Now it's Herbert. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Micah Parsons, the rookie out of Penn State, in to drop him for the sack. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Escaping the pressure right. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. On 1st and 10 is counter. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's the veteran Justin Houston who got in there to make the stop.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13, Herbert. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. To Boyle here over the middle. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And this one is right through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So, CD, maybe put a pin in that one as this game progresses. It's a field goal that gets them the lead here in the third, but, boy, you hate settling for 3 when you're that close to the goal line.
Well, it certainly pains me to say it, but I do think it was the right call. Now, if they lose, you and I both know that'd be one of the things that gets second-guessed. Why didn't you go for it on 4th and goal? But I know the mindset was take the points, get the lead. And, by the way, if they went for it and got stuffed, they'd second-guess that, too.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Forced out to his left. That is caught by Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play there on the catch and run.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. Unbelievable. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now a give to Taylor. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. This is caught. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the result, instead of the chip shot to tie, they turn the ball over on downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Hardman on the return. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down 17-14. A minute 47 on the clock. Mahomes will throw. Flush to his right. And brought in by Braid. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Taylor. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Niners on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Tucker now to add the point after. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Smith to return it. Penalty markers down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Herbert to throw. Connects with Peoples-Jones. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Tucker with the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. And time, a huge factor. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down. He's got Connor at 5 yards. Not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Herbert going to throw. Finding Pittman into the secondary past the 40. And he's going to pick up a 1st down here as that clock continues to run. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One last throw here for Herbert. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for San Francisco, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7.